everyone, so today we're talking about something a little bit different on my channel, and I'm going to talk to you about men's fragrance, body care, facial skincare, just basically men's grooming. And I know that there are a few guys that watch this channel, so this video is for you as well. And also, if you're trying to get your man into the habit of taking care of themselves, then there's a couple of products here that are really, really cool. First things first, we'll start with shower products. I have enlisted the help of pretty much all the men in my life to test out some of these products and give their reviews and everything like that. But my boyfriend was insistent that I mention this product, and it is, in his opinion, the best shower gel ever. He also says that it's a really good shampoo. Personally, I'm not a fan of the whole duo shampoo shower gel thing, but anyway. This is the Fish Sports Fish Revitalizing Hair, Face and Body Wash. Just looks like this. I will say this smells really, really nice. It's just got a really holiday smell. It's almost like coconut and a swimming pool. So think nice chlorine, swimming pool and coconut type of smell. Really silky. I've used this a couple of times. It's not too masculine smelling. It's got a very silky quality to it. It leaves almost like a really smooth film on your skin, which works really, really nicely. And it's something that you can buy in Boots pretty easily. It's not the cheapest. I think it's around £4, which is quite a lot for a shower gel, but really, really nice. And then another one that I've got here is by Eccentric O2. So this is Eccentric Molecules, and it's eccentric molecules. I always get the name wrong, but this is their body wash, and the packaging of this is so cute. First of all, it would make a really lovely gift, and this is good for someone who, I keep everything in its packaging. We've discussed this before, haven't we, that I'm weird like that. Really cute packaging, and this has got a really masculine smell. So if you do like something that's a little bit more manly smelling, not necessarily as not everyone likes the scent of coconut, basically. This is very manly smelling. It's just got that clean, sexy man smell to it. A little bit zesty almost as well, which is quite nice, and would make a nice little treat for yourself if you wanted something a bit fancier. Then for facial skincare, I know most men don't really like to cleanse their face. I am forever trying to get my boyfriend to remember to do it, even in the shower. Just a bit of face wash doesn't seem to work. So that's something that I have given up on a little bit. But I have got some products here that are unisex, and that's another thing that I want to mention. You don't necessarily have to buy products that are just targeted at men, because let's face it, the selection is quite a bit smaller, and there is absolutely no reason why you can't use products that are for both. So I've tested out some of these, and they're really nice. They're by Dr. Hauschka, which isn't a brand I'd ever really tried anything before. And I've got the cleansing milk here, which I must admit, I don't think most men would want to use as a daily thing, but I think this would be really, really nice for shaving. I've used quite a bit of it. It's nice at removing makeup. It's not the best if you have quite oily skin, but for shaving this worked really well, my boyfriend said. And it's very, very natural, really lovely brand, and I think these look so nice, but they are a little bit of a higher end treat. So if you're a girl watching and you want to treat your man to some high-end skincare, that's really lovely. And then the other two things I've got from Dr. Hauschka here are the day cream and the toner. The toner is really good if you do suffer from razor burn and little blocked pores. Really nice. It's a spritz toner. I've used it on my face and I really liked it too. Really good if you do have slightly more oily, congested skin, which a lot of men do have. And the day cream is just a nice lightweight, easy to put on and forget about it type of day cream, although I would recommend using something with an SPF. If you do have particularly sensitive skin from shaving though, which I know a lot of men do, then my boyfriend swears by this, and it's the Clarins, let me find what it's called in English, Super Moisture Balm. I thought this was going to be similar to the Clarins Beauty Flash Balm, but it isn't at all. I don't know why I thought that. My phone's ringing. Let me pray that someone else gets it. Always when I'm filming, always. I'm going to ignore it, I don't care who it is. The Super Moisture Balm, really, really moisturising, but not oily, not thick, not tacky. just a really nice one if you do kind of get a little bit of irritation from shaving, and really effective at kind of soothing your skin down without making it feel really kind of oiled up, if that makes sense. Like, I know a lot of men don't like the feeling of too much product on their face. That doesn't do that. The eye cream from that range is pretty cool as well. My boyfriend has really bad under eye circles. Always says no matter how much he sleeps, no matter how much water he drinks. He's been using this. I can't say how much of a difference it's made to kind of the appearance of them, but it definitely helps with the puffiness. And it's the Clarins Anti-Fatigue Eye Serum. I'm aware that not all men kind of can be bothered enough to use an eye serum, but if you are, this is a really lovely one. It is a little bit pricier, but it does work really nicely, and I've been using this a little bit too, just to kind of see what the texture is like, and it's very lightweight, sinks in easily, not anything that kind of would irritate your eye area, I don't think. So that's it for facial skincare. I'm now going to talk about hair, and I'm going to give kind of like shaving and all that kind of thing a quick mention as well. Totally down to personal preference. I quite like a little bit of scruff, a little bit of a beard, as long as it's not too much, too out of control. Keeping it groomed is key, I think, unless you're kind of going for that look. But I can't really comment on kind of shaving products and that kind of thing, because obviously that's not something that I really ever have to deal with. But keeping it groomed, I think, is key. But the hair on your head, the brand that my boyfriend absolutely swears by is VO5, and I've got 2 examples here. My brother actually really loves this, and I gave another one of these that I had to him, and he used it all up, and he said that he really enjoyed it. And it's the matte clay, so it's just kind of like a thick textured matte product. Depending on the hairstyle that you have, obviously that'll depend on the type of product that you like to use in your hair and your type of hair as well. And the Casual Control Rough Up Putty, my boyfriend likes this one. He's got quite thick hair, and it's kind of a slightly less gripping but kind of more pliable type of product. So that's a brand that I think most guys with slightly longer hair really get on with and like, although my boyfriend and my brother both have short hair at the moment, but they don't usually. That's kind of really weird, isn't it? And then I've got these 2 products. Now, admittedly, I haven't got anyone to test these because, as I said, my boyfriend's hair is short at the moment, and as is my brother's, and I kind of didn't really fancy giving it to anyone else and be like, could you try these for me? Because pretty much every guy I know at the moment seems to have short hair. Don't know what that's about. But they're 2 kind of quite different products, so I wanted to talk to you about them and kind of put them out there just in case you were interested. This is the Toni & Guy Styling Pomade Finish and Shine. You don't get very much in here, but it does add a little bit of shine. It's very thick. It's kind of something that you have to really work in between your hands. I tried it a little bit on my hair just to kind of see what the texture is like, and you do have to really work it to get any kind of to make it pliable. But it is a really kind of interesting product if you do just like to add a little bit of a finishing touch on your hair, just to have a little bit of product in there. And then this is really cool. This is the Men's Styling Wax Stick, and it's basically, if I can get it open, a solid wax that you can kind of apply directly to your hair and then style, or put it in the palms of your hands and then style. It's such an innovative idea. I really like it. I think it'd be really good if you travel a lot, because it's kind of nice and you don't have to worry about any kind of spillage. And I'd be really interested if anyone has tried this, because I think it's a really interesting idea. I thought it was deodorant to begin with, but... And that brings me on to another topic, deodorant. I don't think I have to tell anyone that like deodorant is a must, but I do know men who don't wear deodorant still, and that's just not very good. So deodorant is an absolute must. But now we're going to talk about the fun bit, which is fragrances. Obviously, everybody has their favourite fragrance. Everybody has different taste in fragrance. So by no means are these kind of well, they are what I consider the best, but that's kind of to do with my taste. And it's lucky for me that my boyfriend kind of likes the same type of male aftershave that I like as well. If you like something very strong, then that's kind of just personal preference, I suppose. I don't really like that on men. I know a lot of kind of men are fans of like dupe and fragrances like that. I really dislike those because I just think they're too strong. And I know it's kind of a thing where a lot of guys like to have that kind of, they come into the room and you can smell them. I don't like that. I think it's kind of, nicer when you can only smell someone when you're standing next to them, and then you kind of get a whiff and it's like, oh, you smell good, rather than like it hitting you as soon as they come into the room. I find that a bit overwhelming. So the ones I've got here are slightly more delicate options, but as I said, that's just kind of personal preference. Two really delicate options here are both by Eccentric Molecule. I've got 03 and 01. 01 is very, very delicate. It's kind of almost got like a clean, watery smell to it, but really nice. 03 is a little bit zestier, a little bit lemony, and you can layer them together as well, which is quite fun if you want to kind of experiment with scents. That's a really nice way to do it. And then a few favourites from kind of my boyfriend's personal collection that I asked him to kind of pick what his favourites were, and they're pretty much what I like as well. This is Hugo Boss Limited White. Just a clean, masculine scent. It is a very kind of clean smell, like you've just had a really nice shower. It's a very kind of I don't want to say generic because that sounds bad, but it is just a generic clean scent, which I really like. That's kind of how I like my men to smell. And then this is a really, really inexpensive one. It's the Versace Blue Jeans. Comes in this kind of little pot. And my boyfriend's worn this for years. I think this was actually the first perfume I ever bought him, but it is so cute. Like the packaging and everything was just really cute and, I don't know, vintage looking. But this has a little bit more of a, it's so funny, isn't it, how smells just take you back. This, it's just like the smell of when we first met. This is so funny. Not as clean and fresh as the other one. It's got a slight, almost a little bit of a smokiness to it, but men's fragrances are so much harder to describe than women's, are they? Because women's tend to have kind of floral notes in them and men's don't necessarily. But it's an unusual scent. It's one that I really recommend you go and try. It's really inexpensive. This bottle was probably like £12, but it's an unusual and it's really, really nice and kind of different, which is another thing that I feel like a lot of people tend to just wear the same one. And talking of different fragrances, this is one that I absolutely adore, and this is the Isimiaki For Him fragrance. You can see this has been used quite a lot. This is so lovely. This is different in that it's a very fresh, peppery lemon scent, is how I would describe it. It's really, really unusual. It's not as subtle as the other two, it's not as clean smelling as the other two, but it's very peppery, and I love that kind of scent. I think it's a really kind of unusual scent, and it's one that I would definitely recommend if you're buying a gift for someone, or if kind of you're a guy watching and you want to buy it for yourself. It's a little bit more expensive than the other two that I mentioned, I think, but it is a really lovely one. And Isimiaki fragrances in general I really like. I like all the women's ones as well. But that's everything. I've got like products galore down here if you could only see how messy it is. But that's everything. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. Let me know if you've got any recommendations on products that you love, things that you like guys to wear in terms of fragrance. I'd be really interested to know. And if you're a guy watching this, then favourite products that you've got as well. Let's kind of help each other out in the comments. Obviously, a little disclaimer, this is just my personal opinion. I'm not a guy, and it's obviously just kind of depends on what you like, and there's no right or wrong, it's just personal taste. But these are some products that I thought most people would enjoy, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!